Tennyson once wrote, "And they were all, when their souls grew warm, poets." I've certainly been warm at the Khyber, this spanking Himalayan resort and spa, which is unquestionably the plushest place to lay your hat in Gulmarg. It's also extremely conducive to creative pursuits, sitting here facing picture-perfect vistas of the snow falling on Mount Afarwat and the pine-lined valleys. I've been busy reading and writing while Johan does the first-time visitor thing in Srinagar.
After returning from our extensive exploration of Kumaun, we thought about heading to the desert, but considering that the winter was coming to an end, we didn't want to miss out on the opportunity of the fresh snowfall we had heard about in the north. Kashmir. I've been wanting to come here since I got to India, but everyone was constantly telling me why I shouldn't, how it isn't safe, how Kashmir is on the travel advisory for most countries, blah blah blah. But here I am. Right from the word go, Srinagar appears every bit as stunning as it's made out to be, and I'm convinced I've made the right decision to come here. Mirage thought it was a great idea to go to Kashmir, so much so that he didn't wait for even a day when we heard that it was snowing in Gulmarg. That was last week, and when I told him I wanted to spend some time exploring Srinagar, he handed me this guidebook he wrote and ran off. Typical. The book's fine, but I figured it might be a good idea to get in touch with a resident. I've called up Khalid, an acquaintance, who kindly agreed to spend the day showing me around. I'm meeting him on the boulevard facing the Dal Lake, where he suggested we get on a shikara boat without further ado.
So, what do you have planned now? What do you think we should do?
I mean, there's a lot to do, yeah, but I would like you to go on the shikara ride.
Right.
Perhaps have a look around the lake.
Right. So let's head out. Let's go find a shikara and let's go for a bit of a cruise. Have a look around.
Let's try out.
Let's do it.
Sure, man.
Cool.
Cool.
Are these houseboats, they're like anchored in the middle of the lake, or like are they along the shore, or it's like there's trees here, but I don't see any land.
So what they do with every houseboat, you have a piece of land. So what they do, they try to fill the lake and make a piece of land which kind of floats with the houseboat. So it's like anchored to it.
Quite ornamental, these, the decorations on some of these houseboats, huh? Like just the woodwork is phenomenal on some of these.
It's special wood carving actually. Yeah. It's hand carved.
Right.
For many days they make these intricate designs of flowers and maple leaves and stuff like that. So it's very intricately done, every bit of it. Chinar trees are very famous out here. So a lot of these houseboats will have chinar leaf designs made on them. Yeah.
That would be like the maple leaf of Canada. Is
the
chinar
maple
tree
leaf of Canada.
Kashmir, huh?
Yeah, it's the chinar tree of Kashmir. Yeah.
Right.
I'm not a fan of placid boat rides, but I was in for a surprise. As we went around the lake, more and more boats started congregating around us. We were offered the kawa, a classic Kashmiri green tea prepared with dried nuts and saffron. Then a salesman came by in his boat selling all sorts of trinkets and souvenirs, earrings, necklaces, rings, you name it.
Are you interested in buying some jewelry, huh?
I'm not sure, man.
It would take as a memory, road shopping you always do. Today you do boat shopping. Boat shopping is different.
Boat shopping is different.
Boat shopping, yes. Boat shopping.
He drove a hard bargain, but I'd like to think that I managed to get a good deal. India has taught me how to bargain. There was even a boat with a barbecue on it. Goes without saying that we had to try some, if nothing else, than just for posterity's sake. I'm always amazed by just how innovative people in India can be, especially when it comes to spotting a business opportunity. From Dal Lake, Khalid took us to explore the busy streets of Old Srinagar, right behind the famous Hazrat Bal Mosque. Khalid is obviously a foodie because all his touch points in Srinagar have a culinary connection. We're here because he wants me to try the shirmal, a thick bread eaten hot straight off the pan with a meat curry, or better still with halva, a sinful dessert. Absolutely lip-smacking. I should have known that the last stop on our wandering would also have something to do with food. Khalid can really eat. I'm stuffed, but I thought I'd just give him company. But there was no resisting Srinagar's famous tuji kebabs, made of succulent lamb tenderized in yogurt and roasted over hot coals. These are the most amazing kebabs I've had in India.
Onions and the white.
It's like a coleslaw salad, basically.
Yeah.
I've always been prejudiced towards landscape photography, and that was one of the biggest draws of Kashmir for me. But Kashmir's troubled political landscape has led to a lot of photojournalism in the valley. I was told by Khalid about Javed Dar, an award-winning photographer who has been documenting the conflict in Kashmir for decades now, and whose work I had seen in a best-selling photography book.
So how are you?
Javed agreed to meet me at Mahata, one of the oldest photo studios in Srinagar. Javed is a fascinating guy, but no less than Mahata. The studio is a veritable museum, cafe, and store rolled into one. Such history. Javed asked if I was interested in clicking pictures of rural Kashmir. We took off for Dara village, a place he'd visited a few years back that he remembered had buildings constructed entirely of stone. Turns out that in the time that has elapsed since Javed was here last, modern building materials have made it to the village. For our photographic purposes, it may have made for less interesting photos, but who can argue with people's right to development? The village was great, but I wanted to see something more visually appealing. Javed took me to a spot where he had shot a photo essay that won him a National Photography Award. This place was almost like India's version of Venice, and I did manage to get some good clicks. Kashmir Off-Road is a group of motoring enthusiasts who take off every Sunday in their pimped-up Jeeps and SUVs in search of trails around Kashmir. In the summer they tackle rivers and sludge, and in the winter, well, the snow can make even regular unpaved roads a bit of a challenge. I found out about the group online and reached out to Faisal, who was organizing the trips in the winter. Faisal was kind enough to let me tag along this Sunday.
So we're going to a different location now, huh?
Right, we are going to Gulmarg now.
So Gulmarg, it sounds like it's a bit of a tourist area. I've heard the name.
It is a
before.
tourist area. It's a major tourist area.
Right.
Some 40 odd kilometers away from Srinagar.
Okay. And is that like a summer destination or a...
It is a summer destination, a camping destination basically.
Okay.
And we are expecting to see a lot of snow over there.
How long have you guys been running this outfitter now?
It has been since 1.5 years.
Yeah.
We used to do it individually, like we had that passion, then we
Like
sat-
somebody had a car and you'd go like a
right,
couple of-
we did
couple of
with
mates.
friends and all, but then we all sat together and we said, well, let's get our heads together and do it.
Yeah.
With Kashmir Off-Road, I was able to go to places that I had never imagined that I could go.
Right.
So it's good. We are doing it together.
Faisal said that it's common for younger people starting out in off-roading to be very aggressive and full of confidence, while more experienced drivers are usually more careful. I thought there was way too much snow in the countryside for off-roading. Faisal and gang were determined to prove me wrong. The Jeeps, which looked all squeaky clean and polished in the morning, wore a different look by the time we finished up. I enjoyed the experience thoroughly and got some great shots too. Tomorrow I'll make my way to Gulmarg and find Mirage. God knows what he's up to. Up to no good, I'm sure.
Gulmarg. Lying in the shadow of Mount Afarwat and surrounding peaks, a ribbon of road running on the periphery of its central meadow, and the famous gondola cars snaking their way up to Kongduri mountain, this town paints a picture of bucolic bliss. Gulmarg is knocked the wind out of lungs pretty, and the years have done nothing to diminish its charm. Overrun by tourists in the summer months, Gulmarg undergoes a dramatic shift of character in the winter. As foot after foot of the famed powder snow covers the vale and the meadows, the topography changes in character, and with it, so do the visitors. Gone are the picnicking groups, replaced by colourfully attired skiers gliding along the gentle mounds and slopes in the valley. Gulmarg is lovely in the summer, but it truly comes alive in the winter.
वेरी गुड, आप अच्छा कर रहे हो. दिस इज गिरने से कुछ नहीं होता है. ये स्लो, आस्ते ले जाइए. मच बेटर.
This slope is reserved specifically for students of the Indian Institute of Skiing and Mountaineering. I'm meeting up with Sandy Rigson, Chief Instructor Skiing at IISM, a Burt Reynolds kind of guy with some serious swagger and panache. Originally from Leh, Sandy was a national champion in his heydays. Now he brings newbies like me into the sport and also coaches some of the finest skiers in the country. IISM was set up in Gulmarg in 1969 to promote adventure sport. The institute imparts technical training and conducts skiing courses at Gulmarg, which start from mid-December and run through till early April. The institute is a one-stop facility for would-be skiers like me. 3 courses are offered: beginners, intermediate and advanced. Each course runs for 14 days and costs 14,000 rupees. And that includes boarding, lodging, equipment and instruction. Pretty sweet deal. But Gulmarg is quite a winter destination. I had no idea it is such a because Kashmir typically you don't see too many foreigners, but in Gulmarg I've seen tons of them.
Yes, they come here, they go for heli skiing, they go down with cars, ski there, come back in the cars up. They want to go down and ski.
I met an Alaskan guy. I said, dude, what are you doing here? I mean, Alaska has a lot of snow. He's like, the powder in Gulmarg is right up there apparently. So
you can get powder pack snow when you go on the top of a hill. Wow. Gondola. Then this Sunrise Peak. This is Beta, Upper Beta, where army people, they learn skiing. They practice every day.
So I'm going to come tomorrow and I'm going to hopefully get my, stand on my 2 feet on skis.
Definitely. Most welcome.
You can get me started.
Yes, we'll teach you something.
लग रहा है इसका चस्का लगने वाली बात है.
चस्का लगने वाली बात है.
ठीक है. On that note. Okay. All right, see you tomorrow. कल मिलते हैं आपसे. ठीक है.
Okay.
Mirage has used his travel writing gig to land us a sweet deal at the Khyber Resort in Gulmarg. From the pictures I've seen online, it looks like the poshest place we've stayed at yet. I'm not complaining though. If this is what Mirage means by backpacking, then I'm all for it. I haven't stood on a snowboard in over 5 years, so to avoid getting injured, I figured that the best way to prepare was to visit the spa as soon as I reached the hotel.
Oh, Mirage, what's up?
Go on. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. I'm glad you found this place, huh? I thought you might not be able to find it, but it's hard to miss, eh?
It's kind of like right in the middle of everything. So.
What took you so long, yeah?
I stayed over in Srinagar, man. It's my first time.
Sir, ek Maggie to khilaiye.
First time in the valley, huh?
I took the liberty of. I know you must be hungry as a horse.
Thank you.
Oh, nothing like Maggie in the winter, bro.
Yeah, isn't it? Something about a warm meal of Maggie.
So anyway, what did you do in Srinagar?
I met up with a local photographer that's been covering the conflict over there. So I went out for a full day of shooting with him.
Oh.
He just released a photo book as well, just this year now. Wow. And it was quite interesting to have a look. It was like 9 different photographers in the same book. Yeah. Very cool.
I'm very glad I didn't hang with you there.
Yeah, you would have gotten bored, huh?
No, it's not about getting bored. I just wanted to come to Gulmarg and have a vacation. Yeah. Look at this place. Yeah. Look around you. This is the place to be, bro.
It feels just like Sweden, to be honest. It looks so similar.
Yeah. I've spoken to a guy. I met a guy here who's got snowboards. So I'm trying to see if I can get you to rent. But you want to go up tomorrow and sort of...
Yeah, that would be great, man. Why not?
I want to get a lesson. They told me I can't. I mean, I'm a rank amateur and I can't do it. But they said if somebody knows how to do it, then they can do it. So I'm going to try and see if we can find that guy.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Sounds good.
It's been a while since I've been on a snowboard, but I'm sure you'll be fine.
I'm sure you'll be fine. And
once you know how to do it.
And if you're not, it'll make for good television. So we're winners all the way. Good to see you, man.
You too.
I can't say I missed you, but it's good to see you.
Gulmarg's powder is considered to be some of the finest in the world, which is why snowboarders from all over the world flock here in the winter.
Expert skiers, especially those who come to Gulmarg only for skiing from overseas, head to places like Sunrise Peak, an extreme slope that is accessible only by chopper. Everyone else just takes the gondola up to Kongduri Mountain. Johan, meanwhile, has gone to pick up a snowboard.
I met Shahid Malik at the ski shop while looking for a snowboard to rent. Shahid is an experienced downhill skier and guide who knows the slopes in and around Gulmarg like the back of his hand. Skiing or snowboarding in Gulmarg isn't like going to a popular trail back home where the routes are clearly demarcated. Here it's best to go with someone who knows his way around, and Shahid has agreed to ski down Kongdori Mountain with me. Skiing is Shahid's first love. All summer he works in his shop on the Srinagar highway, biding his time till the first snowfall of the season. When that happens, he makes a beeline for Gulmarg. Miraj was circumspect about my snowboarding on Kongdori since I haven't done it for a few years, and I was a bit nervous too.
I'm going to show us how it's done. Actually, they're going to show Johan how it's done.
Yeah. They're gonna first see if Johan knows how it's done.
Yeah.
Then they're gonna be like, all right, left foot forward.
Shahid was a great help, insisting that he handle the GoPro while I focus on the task at hand. Later, when the clouds rolled in, there was literally no visibility and we had to board over trodden lines to see the snow clearly. But I did get a taste of Gulmarg's famed powder on a few spots along the way where the snow was totally unridden. In snowboarding lingo, it was dead silent, floating over the freshly fallen powder. All in all, I had a marvelous time boarding in Gulmarg. I did struggle a wee bit because the altitude had me gasping for breath at some points, but I had to remind myself that this was almost twice the altitude of the highest slopes in Sweden.
Johan seems to have got himself a day pass, which means he's going to just keep doing this on a loop. I'm going to wait for him to come down once and then head back down for my skiing lesson with Sandy.
What's your plan? Are you going to keep going up and down?
Yeah, man.
Huh? You're going to keep doing a few runs?
First I'll recuperate.
Because you don't look like you're in any shape to do another run.
I will. I just need to sit down.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to head out now.
Ski down. You can ski down or snowboard down or roll down or lie down or whatever. I'm going to take the gondola down. I'm going to get a skiing lesson.
I don't know how to ski, but I've walked to every nook and corner of this snowfield many times in the past. Now, if that seems like a strange thing to do, then I need to clarify that this is in fact all part of the Gulmarg golf course, one of the oldest in the country and one that I've played several times. In the winter, the golf course transforms into a skiing course. Pretty cool.
I feel like these shoes have are pushing my weight forward a bit.
It has to.
It has to be.
When your shin bone goes forward, then your ski goes well.
I see.
Otherwise, you tend to sit back when you are skiing.
Okay, and you have to
You
be
have
like
to be in front, yes.
Like this?
Yes.
Okay.
And you have to close your shoes from the bottom now. Okay. Now you have to hold your sticks
Okay.
in two hands like this.
Ji.
You have to stand. Okay.
How do you? So are these things supposed to come around your
Yeah. Around your wrist.
around my wrist?
Yes. Like this.
Okay.
Hold it properly. Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
Like this, huh?
Yeah.
In the fingers?
No.
In the
It
palm?
should be a quite good grip.
In the palm?
Yes, in the
Huh?
palm. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Now
When you have to wear your skis, you have to come little bit down.
Ji.
Okay, come here. Okay.
Okay.
Now, only your toe goes in. No, that one. Okay, this one. This one first.
I'm a lefty.
Yes. Little bit ahead. Now press. Press. Okay.
Okay.
Now next one.
Whoa. Okay.
And press. Okay. Now stand
Okay.
up.
Standing. Whoa.
Now you have to put your ski across the slope little bit. Look, I am standing across. This is not across. You are going back. Slowly. Look. Up. Yes. Slowly. Yes. And go up little bit more. Little bit more. Yes. Up. And edge. Yes. Little bit. Yeah. That's nice. Slowly, slowly, we go up to that place.
I see.
Walking. Yeah.
Sideways like
sideways.
this. Acha.
Yes. This is the first lesson we teach you.
Okay, so
On
the,
skis, yes.
the first lesson is not very glamorous.
Up. Yes, go. Now you are doing well. Okay.
Okay.
The way how you take your skis when you are walking,
Ji.
I'll show you that also.
Okay. Oh.
You remove your skis, okay? You have to close it here
Okay.
and you have to put it on your shoulders like this,
Right.
so that this stick goes here. Much easier to walk on the slope.
Shall I try that?
Yes? Now you are ready to walk as far as your lift will be, or as far as you want to
Wow,
go.
it's not easy walking in
It
this
is
thing,
not
huh?
easy. It is not easy.
Oh, so my first lesson is just learning how to put them on and move up and down
Yes.
and learning how to walk in these shoes.
Yes.
Well, folks, it's not the most glamorous thing, but you know what? He's not going to give you any shortcuts.
No, not at all. Not at all.
All right then.
I got a few hours of snowboarding done, and as it can be dangerous to be up on the mountain after sunset, they closed the lifts at 4 in the afternoon. I didn't want to walk unnecessarily, so I tried boarding as far into town as possible before finally stepping off the snowboard. All in all, it was a great day out on the mountain. Yesterday was fantastic. I would have never thought that 1 month into my trip in India I'll be snowboarding. There's so much about this country that people don't know about in Europe. But there is a real avalanche possibility with all the fresh snow that fell last night, and I think we're just going to chill and enjoy the resort today. The chef is giving us a bit of a treat for lunch, a curated thali inspired by the famous Kashmiri waswan.
You know, Wazwan's supposed to be like this 36-dish feast that they usually do on, well, houseboats. And I think it's done at weddings and sort of special occasions. So what the chef was telling me was that this isn't like a full-blown Wazwan, but it's something very similar, inspired by... Oh, there he is. Let's see. Okay. Wow, that looks... I have no idea where to start.
Is there like a certain order?
I don't know. There's the chef. Let's ask him.
Hi, this is Chef B. Today I'm going to introduce the traditional food in Kashmir, Khyber Tarami, sir. Then let me first introduce, this is haq saag.
Haq saag?
Yes, sir. And this is mutton rogan juice. It's lamb. Yes, sir.
तो ये जो वाजवान होता है उसमें कितनी डिशेस होती हैं उसमें बहुत सारी दिस इज वाजवान इंस्पायर्ड आई वाज टोल्ड
Actually, sir, this is a limited. This is
लिमिटेड वाजवान अच्छा लाइक मैनेजेबल वाजवान
Yes, sir.
थैंक यू शेफ थैंक यू फॉर टेकिंग द ट्रबल ऑफ पुटिंग दिस टुगेदर फॉर अस एनीवे व्हाट्स आवर प्लान फॉर द डे व्हाट डू यू वांट टू डू टुडे ऑलमोस्ट फिनिश विद आवर ट्रिप नाउ
It's been a good tour so far.
we've done Kumao's over now Kashmir I reckon we should go to Rajasthan next
Yeah.
what a gig this is man
What a setup, huh? Can't complain.
Morning, Yuan. How's it going? From the hills of Kashmir to
to the Thar Desert. WION Traveler knows no bounds.